Hey, are we live yet? Hold on, let's. Okay, we are live. Welcome. It's good to see everybody who's going to pop on. If you're watching on YouTube, it's so good to have you. I'm Stephanie, aka Business Chic Mama, and I'm a creator. I'm an Etsy shop owner. I'm also an Etsy coach, business coach, and I'm here to help you in your creative business. If you're joining me for the first time, show me some love. If you're watching on YouTube, just drop me a like if this was helpful for you. But I love to share what I've learned over the years and help all of you out, especially if you're just starting out on Etsy, or if you're having slow sales, or if you need that push, someone to be accountable to, all that good stuff. You can find me around the web, on my blog, and also on Facebook and my Instagram account. But I always like to start out with, as I'm waiting for you to pop on, I like to start out with some type of quote, something inspirational that helps me, helps my students get through whatever it is the times. Like right now, we're in such uncertain times, but I know that we can look at things in one of two ways. We can look at things as a disaster and that the world is coming to an end, or we can look at things as that we are grateful for the things that we do have and for the opportunities we have in front of us. So my quote for the day is from Colossians 4:5, which says, "Walk in wisdom towards outsiders, making the best use of the time." And we all have the same amount of time in a day, and sometimes it feels like there's just not enough. Trust me, I'm homeschooling my 10-year-old, and it is, even though I've been a homeschool teacher before with her, it seems even more stressful now. But, making use of the time, what does that mean? That means not cowering in fear over what we don't know, what we can't see, but using that time to be loving, to be kind, to be fruitful, to be innovative. And that's the way that I choose to live my life. And that's what I want to inspire you to do today. So if you're popping on, it's so good to have you. But I want to talk today about, I'm not an employee of Etsy, but I'm kind of behind the scenes. And what that means is I see things that most Etsy sellers don't see because they're not seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. But so let me tell you exactly how I'm involved with Etsy and why I see certain things and trends that most Etsy sellers won't see because they're not seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, so that's a mouthful, right? But the first thing is, so I am an Etsy, first and foremost, I'm an Etsy seller. Okay, I have multiple Etsy shops, and most of you know this who follow me. I am a top 1% Etsy seller with my shop, Beaded Tassel Co., which I sell beading supplies and items for jewelry makers, crafters, things like that. I started from my kitchen table, from scratch, and grew that business from 0 to now over 200K. We just hit that in the past month. Yes, during this pandemic, we had an amazing month, believe it or not. And that's kind of why I want to talk to you, to inspire you, because some people think, oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end and I just have to hide under a shell. And that's not what you guys as creators should be doing. You need to be doing the opposite. So as a creator, what I'm seeing in my shop, and also I am a coach. I am an Etsy coach. So I'm also seeing things in my Etsy coaching business. And then the third thing is that I'm also, I'm selling I'm a creator. I am selling beading supplies. I am a coach. So I see what's going on in the other side of the coaching business. Like, are people coming to my programs? Are people reaching out? And then I'm also seeing my students' successes as well as being a supplier. That's really kind of the 3-4 areas where I am seeing things that most Etsy sellers are not seeing, because we all want to know what's happening to Etsy. Are we stuck? Are my sales going to be better, worse? What's going on? And the thing that's really cool is, because I am seeing these things, I'm passing on the information. I'm like the insider, passing on all this information to you. So if you're popping on and I can't see you, I'm sorry, but for some reason I can't see who's popping on. I see a couple people popping on. But anyway, so yeah, let me just hold on a sec. Show. Okay, there we go. Okay, that should work. Okay, so anyway, as an Etsy seller, my sales have been up just as a creator and a seller, my Etsy shop. Okay, my Etsy shop shops. Secondly, as a coach, I am seeing more people, more interest as people want to start selling on Etsy. Okay, so that could be good and that could be bad. I look at it as in the positive. When more people are interested in a platform like Amazon, let's say Amazon, when it came out, you know, it was a small little company. It's grown into this monster, okay? And there's a ton of sellers, millions of sellers. So when a platform just gets more, you know, people, more engagement, more, you know, it becomes this monster, there you need more sellers. When there's more sellers, there's more people going to the platform, more people buying. So as I'm seeing this in my coaching business, people reaching out to me, how can I work with you, or purchasing my programs, whatever, I see an influx of creators wanting to get their products out. And this is because people now are wanting to work from home, and they're wanting to, they need things to do. They want to make more extra income. Maybe they're changing their jobs. Maybe they lost their job. So this is the trend that I'm seeing, more people coming to Etsy. And that, like I said, can be a really good thing, because more eyeballs on Etsy, the bigger the platform grows, the more creators, the more sellers. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm also seeing a trend with my jewelry supplies increasing in their sales as well, which means people are purchasing my jewelry supplies, which therefore means creators are selling more of their products. So if you can look at how I'm trying to paint this picture for you, because I'm involved in so many areas of Etsy without actually being an employee, I'm seeing what's going on. And this, you know, the past month, I kind of took a step back, you know, when all of this happened, and I wanted to see what was going on, because to be honest with you, none of us knew. All of our businesses on Etsy could have literally just gone down the drain and stopped. And that's why, for me, I had to just stop. I really stopped everything. I wanted to see what was going on so I can give you all the correct information without trying to, like, you know, I just wanted to be real and say, hey, this is what's going on with Etsy. If it was going to be a downturn and I'm like, my sales started dropping, I was going to tell you that too. Like, hey, my sales have really dropped, but it's the opposite. There's more engagement on Etsy. More people are buying beading supplies, which means more people are selling their jewelry and those items on wherever Etsy. Most of the people are selling on Etsy. And they're also becoming, you know, doing their hobbies and crafts. So all of this creative world, this creative energy is like starting to explode right now. That's why today, honestly, is the best time, in my opinion, to start or grow an Etsy shop. And what I love about Etsy, and you know, it's really important to grow beyond Etsy, but what I love about Etsy is it has those built-in customers right there for you. And you don't have to spend money on advertising to get your products just out into the world, get some sales, and kind of get your feet wet. That's why I love Etsy. And I know I see other people like bashing Etsy, and I know Etsy can shut down your shop. There's lots of things that can go wrong. But again, what do you look at? Do you look at the negative, or do you look at the positive towards things? I choose to look at the positive, and that's why things are happening for me. So I always say, what side of the fence do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of the fence where people are always complaining about what they don't have, what opportunities are not in front of them? Do you ever notice those type of people that are constant complainers, or what they didn't pan out for them? Or do you have the person that's always thinking of, you know, wow, I'm just grateful that this happened, or I see opportunity in this? There's really two sides of the fence. And then, of course, the guys in the middle that are like, afraid to do anything. But there's really those two types of people. And I'm always going to be that person that is, never going to use those excuses because they haven't served me well. Anything in the past where I've made an excuse like, oh, just that didn't work for me. I purchased this program and I got nothing out of it. And I choose to look at things really differently. And that's how I roll. And my community around me is the same way. Like, there's opportunity, like abundant opportunity right now. I can't even tell you, like, my journey in the past few years as an Etsy seller has brought me to places that I never thought would ever happen. As I was literally taking my few pieces that I had in my house and put them on my kitchen counter, which I still use as my backdrop, proof that you don't have to have professional photos to sell on Etsy. I have grown just from that into so many different things. It's crazy. I literally have companies now reaching out to me from my YouTube channel and from other sources, like giving me stuff. Like this last company, they're saying, hey, we love your YouTube videos. I'd like to give you your packaging supplies. Just do a video for us and you get, packaging supplies and commissions. And it's like, it's crazy because I never stopped. I always just kept going, even though no one was really showing up yet. No one was purchasing my products yet. And that's really the key. And that's why I say, just be on the side of the fence to find opportunity always, to always keep going, to be inspired. Find those people who are inspiring you every day, not the ones that are going to say, I don't believe in this program and you got to do this and you got to do that. Well, guess what? There's different programs that work for different people. So that's why I never say you can only do like this thing. There's just so much opportunity out there, and now is the time. So what I want to share with you, what I'm sharing with you today is really just my down to earth, like no nonsense, no frills, nothing expecting, just telling you how it is from, as close as to being an employee, I think, as, being an Etsy employee. I also see the stock. Etsy stock is rising during these times. That is proof of a company that is not going anywhere. And what a great opportunity for you creators to just get your creative juices out there. I'm just just excited about everything that Etsy has to offer. Yes, are there problems? Are there algorithm changes? Are there things I don't like? Absolutely. Are there sometimes threats of maybe my shop getting shut down? Absolutely, if I don't produce the sales fast enough. But because I have other things going on, that doesn't keep me up at night. And that's what you guys need to focus on when you have your Etsy shops, is having multiple things going on. And you can do this by simply focusing on one thing at a time. So I didn't want to ramble off onto a million different things today. I just wanted to just show you what's going on and kind of my heart behind this. And as a coach, I love seeing my students' successes. I see some of them making multiple sales a day that just started in their shops. I see some of them pivoting in their shops and seeing some increases in sales because they pivoted to things that people want. It's time to just stop making those excuses and move forward. Take one foot and place it in front of the other and pivot it and change your business if you need to up a little bit, shake it up, and then still keep going. And that's really the key to success in a nutshell. But anyway, if you found this video helpful, just please give me a thumbs up or a like. Don't forget to follow me. And I'm also just loving when you guys post comments, questions. I'm always around in my groups to help out creators as best I can. And just come join me in one of my tribes, my courses. And that's really it. So listen, until next time, I'm going to continue these Facebook Lives once a week to inspire you all to be amazing creators, get your love, your products out into the world. And I know that people are looking for your product. They're looking for what you have that is different than everybody else in the world. Anyway, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon.